Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lizzie Morris, and oof, I'm feeling nervous about this, and I don't know why, but it is 12:58 on, I guess it's a Thursday morning, August 22nd, and I guess I'm giving you guys a date because I really don't know when I'm going to upload this, so it might be tomorrow, it might be 2 years from now, I don't know. But today was really weird because it was better, but it was also so difficult. And I did a lot of crying today. And just prefacing this, this is not me, I guess, trying to pity myself. It's just, I guess, being really honest and just putting my feelings out there. That's what I use YouTube for. I use YouTube as a diary, and maybe that's a bad thing, maybe it's a good thing, I don't know. It's just how I do things. I don't really like talking to my friends about some of this stuff, even though they watch my videos. I don't know. I don't necessarily like hearing other people's opinions about it. I just like getting it out there into the world and getting my thoughts out. So this video might be all over the place, but it's just about my motivation with weight loss and infertility, and my motivation in my career, and just everything, because I'm just in this weird phase in my life where I'm really ready to go after every single thing I want, and I'm not gonna stop at all because my heart can't keep breaking the way it has been. Like, I don't know. Okay, so if you're new, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, why I'm about to cry. And I don't want to cry, but I've been crying all day, and sometimes it makes me feel stupid why I cry. Like, I don't know, do you guys ever feel like that when you cry? You just feel dumb sometimes, like, why am I crying? Like, I shouldn't be crying right now. But I'm gonna go in between weight loss and infertility because it's a part of my journey, and it's a lot of what I'm trying to build this channel off of. I started it doing makeup, it turned into weight loss. I want to incorporate infertility and weight loss and makeup, and just, that's who I am. That's my whole, it's like the three big parts of me. And I'm not going to be scared to talk about infertility anymore. I'm not going to be scared to do any of that. So, like I said, might be all over the place, but everything's going to tie into one. Okay, so like I said, my name's Lizzie Morris, if you don't know me. Some facts about me, actually. I'll just give you guys some general facts about who I am. I'm 22 years old. I am a makeup artist. I am a Limelife beauty guide. I'm a wife. I've been with my husband for almost 6.5 years. We've actually been married almost 3 years in October. October 1st is our 3-year wedding anniversary. I am a fur mama, so I have 2 beautiful dogs, and one is named Bubby. He is a lab pit mix, and then Coco, she's an Irish setter lab mix, and they're both fully black. I actually plan on doing a video showing you guys exactly who they are and kind of telling you how we adopted each of them and everything soon. I'm a college dropout, and a big part of my life, like I said previously, is weight loss and infertility, and that's what this is going to be about. So I have a lot of videos about my entire weight loss journey, so I really don't want to spend too much time going over what I've been through in the past. If you want, I will try to remember to link some of my weight loss videos below that explain what I've been through. But just a quick overview, I've been overweight my whole life. I've gained and lost over 200 pounds total. I think it's probably even closer to 300, the amount that I've like gained and lost and gained and lost. It's been a roller coaster, and it's not been easy. I feel like now I'm at a point where I'm actually enjoying health, and I'm enjoying weight loss, and I don't feel like I'm restricting myself, and I don't feel miserable losing weight, and I don't know, like I said, I'm trying to go after every goal I want, and nobody's going to stop me. I'm not going to let anybody stop me. So in November, I think it was November, yeah, I ended up getting up to my highest weight ever, which was 364.8. At the time, my husband and I had been trying to conceive since March, which I know sounds crazy. Like, even thinking about it, like, I was trying to conceive for a baby at 360 pounds. I mean, I was, though. I wasn't using contraceptives. I had been off birth control for 8 months. Yeah, 8 months at the time. We had no successful pregnancy, and it was around right before I started losing weight was when I had one of my biggest breaking points in my fertility journey. I remember it was Halloween. I was dressed up as Ursula, and there was a lot of, there's always a ton of pregnancy announcements on holidays, which is cool, whatever, like, do what you do, but it's kind of cheesy, but they're cute, like all the pumpkin, announcements and stuff. And I went home, or on my way home from my cousin's house, I literally cried the hardest I think I've ever cried, actually, driving, and I almost pulled over. I didn't, because I was so close to home, but I was literally crying so much, like, I felt like I could barely see the road. Yeah, horrible, right? And I turned on Christian music for like the first time in forever, and that was kind of my journey to find Jesus. And I'm not going to talk about that too much in this video because I actually have videos on that too. I have lots of videos on my channel, but I just remember just crying out to God and just telling him that this is so difficult and I don't know what to do and I need something. I wanted a child so bad. I still do, obviously, but looking back, and I love that hindsight's 2020. It's so awesome looking back at certain situations and just kind of realizing the shining light and like what God leads you to, because that was, like I said, Halloween, and then it was November. By the time Thanksgiving came around, it was like right before I found the meal plan I started following and I started losing weight. And I feel like that was God's way of him helping me to get pregnant. And I'm not pregnant now. I still haven't got pregnant, but hear me out, okay? Like I said, kind of me all over the place. The meal plan just like popped up. I was like Googling something else and the meal plan popped up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. It was like $30. I think it's like $20 now, but it was $30. By the way, that meal plan's always linked below, but I bought it and I barely had any money. I think I spent like the last of my paycheck on that and just went for it, and I lost like 17 pounds my first 10 days, and like over time I've actually lost 43 pounds, which is pretty cool, since last November. And over time it's been a little slower and I've kind of leaned into doing my own thing and I don't completely follow that meal plan, but for whatever reason, I just really feel like it was God's way of getting me started and preparing me for a child. And I want to go into infertility real quick. Like I said, going to be jumping back, but my husband and I have been trying, like I said, since March of 2018. So this is actually 17 months of, consistently trying. I mean, there's some months I'm like, oh, I'm not going to try this month, and I delete my tracking apps and I don't take ovulation tests and I don't take pregnancy tests, but like we're not stopping pregnancy. We're still probably doing it as often as we always do. I still, will take my prenatals and do all that kind of stuff that I normally do. And right now I'm 322, I think, as of this morning. So what I say, my highest was 364. So I guess like 42 pounds lost, whatever. But I don't know. No, I'm getting off track. But my husband and I have not been tested for anything. When I got off my Mirena IUD, and I really need to still do a story time on that. My Mirena IUD actually got lodged into my uterine wall, and I had to get it surgically removed. When the doctor did that surgery, he told me he did not see any kind of like signs of PCOS or endometriosis, like nothing crazy like that. He said that the IUD being where it was would not affect my fertility. I mean, again, that was over a year and a half ago, but still I was hopeful when he said that. I was like 350 or 340 or whatever I went to the doctor that time. So even though I haven't been tested, like fully tested, I haven't got my husband tested, we don't know what's hindering our fertility. We don't. I think the biggest thing that stops me from going to the doctor, which I know it's going to sound stupid, but I just feel like no matter what I do, I'm going to go to the doctor and they're going to tell me, okay, you need to lose more weight before we do this. And even if they don't, I've come to this realization where we're going to still try. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to get on birth control. I've been putting it in God's hands, honestly, but, I am in this place where I really want to get healthy. And that's one of my biggest motivators is for my future child. You know, if I got pregnant now, honestly, I really think I'd have a healthy pregnancy. Like, it sounds crazy as big as I am. I've seen so many plus size women have successful pregnancies, people that are like 400 plus pounds, and I'm not promoting that. I'm just letting you guys know that I think I'd be fine. Especially I'm only 22, and that's something that scares me too with the infertility thing is like I'm only 22 and my husband's 24, and we've been trying since I was just turned 21. It was the month I got my surgery. I just turned 21. My husband was only 22 at the time. Yeah, he was only 22 at the time. And throughout the 6.5 years that we've been together, I was only on a birth control a total of 3 years. There was a lot of years just being honest, you guys, we never used condoms, or I wasn't on birth control majority of our relationship at this point. So that's something that always is in the back of my mind. Like, I was much smaller when we were like younger and we were dating. I was like 120 pounds lighter than I am now. I was working out all the time. I was eating healthy, not on birth control, nothing. And of course, we did the pull-out method. I'm just going to be real and honest with you guys. But still, sometimes, I mean, you see all these other people getting pregnant on accident from whatever, and like, it just shocks me we never got pregnant, like when we were teenagers, but whatever. So that being said, like I said, my biggest motivation, I mean, yes, it's being healthy for myself, but whether or not, you know, our infertility could be something male factor. It could 1,000% be something with my husband. I'm not saying it is, I don't know, but it could be. And this whole time we could have got him figured out and, you know, done something about it. But I feel like even if my weight is not the problem, like, I want to be healthy for my future children. I want to be able to do the things that I want to do with my future children, and I want to be the best mother I can be. And I am confident in my size. Like, no matter what size I am, I'm very confident. I'm very, I feel like I'm beautiful. I don't ever feel ugly, which is crazy because there's people like a third of my size that have body confidence issues. But I will go out being as big as I am and be confident. I will wear a 2-piece at the pool and still love my body. But I love myself enough, and I love my future child enough, and I love my husband, and enough to get to a healthy size that's optimal for pregnancy, that's optimal for raising a child, you know. And that's like my biggest motivation right now. And what's been something that's been really hard, and I try not to talk about this too much because I feel like it sounds bitter, but I know if you're somebody who's dealing with infertility, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's really crazy. It's like the people that deal with infertility have every person in their life's pregnant. It's really bizarre. I'm not even joking, you guys. It is the most bizarre, crazy thing ever, because it was like, yeah, I knew a lot of pregnant people before we were actually trying, when I was on birth control and all that, but it was like as soon as I started trying, pregnant people everywhere. And not just like acquaintances, it was like my closest friends, so many people in my family at the moment. Like, this is, I guess, why I started crying today, and one of the reasons I'm making this video, which I want to preface that all the people in my life that have children and that are currently pregnant, or, you know, just gave birth, or whatever the case is, I, from the depths of my heart, am truly happy for them, because I would never want someone to be bitter. Like, if I had friends that couldn't get pregnant, you know, and I got pregnant and they were bitter to me, like, that would hurt. So I don't ever want people to think that I'm bitter towards them. But it's just one of those things where you want it so bad, and you see multiple people every single month. I mean, like I said, it's so crazy. and you know, it's their first month trying, and they land pregnant the first month, and then you're a year and a half in. You've been with your husband for 6.5 years, and you know, I am young. I'm only 22, but damn, like, it hurts. And like I said, I'm still happy for those people, and I don't want anyone to ever feel bad about telling me they're pregnant or whatever. But and I try not to tell too many people about that, although I am telling the world on YouTube. But for instance, today, one of my cousins, she just got married in May, and her last cycle was their first cycle actively trying. Like, and she's like 6 weeks pregnant right now. And I kept on a strong face. I was shocked when she called me, because she never calls me, and she FaceTimed me. I was like, why is my cousin FaceTiming me? She's actually only 2 weeks older than me. We were really close growing up, and she told me that when her due date was, and I was like, what? What? And she was like, yeah, she was serious. She sent me pictures of her pregnancy test and everything, and I was very happy for her, because I cannot wait to have a little baby cousin to love on. But when she hung up the phone, I cried. I kept a straight face the whole phone call, but I bawled and bawled, and then I was crying a few minutes ago. And it's not even just her telling me. I have 2 other cousins that are close in my age that are actually both younger than me. One of them's on their 2nd child, another one's on her 1st. My best friend's pregnant, and like, see, I feel guilty talking about it, right? I don't know if you deal with infertility. Do you feel guilty talking about that kind of stuff? Because it's like, makes me sound like a horrible person, I feel like. But then another one of my close friends is pregnant. She's actually been she has endometriosis, and she's been dealing with infertility just a little longer than I have. So I was so happy for her. I didn't really feel as sad when she told me, and that probably sounds horrible, but I just know how hard she struggled with it. Last year I had 2 of my really close friends get pregnant at the same time, and you know, right, it's just hard, you guys. Like, it's just so hard. I mean, the example I'm gonna give doesn't even compare to how it feels, but it's like your whole family going on vacation, and then you have to stay at home. Like, they didn't even tell you about it, and you just, or even if they told you about it, you just can't go. Like, you're not a part of that. And sometimes it sucks, because friendships have, like, in my past, have like fallen apart because of that. And I think it's just because we become different people. Like, when you become a mother, you have different priorities, and things change, and that's another thing that hurts, like not really losing friends, but just friendship dynamics completely changing. So I don't know. It's just rough. And so that's been my big motivator, man, like, to lose more weight. And like I said, regardless if it was my husband's, factor, or whether it's I mean, I really don't know what could be, besides my weight, what it really could be, because my family's fertile Myrtle. I know that doesn't mean anything, but Nick, my husband's family, they have, like, all of my husband's siblings have, like, 4 kids, biological. Like, it's crazy. My family, everyone has kids except for me, and, like, my siblings and my brother and sister are younger than me. Literally at this point, it's crazy. So it's just difficult. And like I said, I'm not using that anymore as, like, this crutch to feel bad about the situation. I'm just using this as motivation. Going to the gym. I went to the gym twice, like Monday and Tuesday. I didn't go today, gave myself a rest. I really wanted to go, but my husband got a new truck, and we had to go pick that up, and it was just a long process. But we're going to the gym tomorrow. I've been sticking so good to, like, my portion control and everything like that this week, and I don't really feel like, restrictive, or what's the word, like, you know, have you ever went on a diet and you just were miserable the whole time, but you had such big motivation to lose weight that you just did it anyway? That's not how I feel. I feel happy about it. It feels like a good change. It feels amazing. This is another reason, I didn't mention this before, but that I'm working really, really hard in my business. I am a beauty guy with Lime Life by Alcone, and I'm, you know, I slacked off the last few weeks because I went through like a few week depression, but you know, I want to provide the best future for my child. Like, there's so much that this child that's not even formed yet. It's crazy, y'all. It's so crazy. This child that I don't even know who they are. I don't know when they'll come to me. I don't know when I'll get I don't know anything about this, but this child is like the biggest motivator in my life right now, which might sound crazy, but I was trying to explain it to my husband in the car today. And, you know, I don't know if you've dealt with infertility, if your husbands are the same way. Like, it's not that my husband's unsupportive, but he just doesn't understand. And that's okay, because he's not a woman, and it's totally different. I was like, babe, there's this motherly instinct in me that is kicked on overdrive right now, and it's really weird. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it's just making me want to do so much better. And it's making me want to just be the best person I could possibly be every single day. And that's great. And I know one day, even, I don't know when I'll have a child. No clue. Like I said, it's really hard to put in God's hands, but I'm working on it. But it could be, God knows, 2 years from now, 2 weeks from now, you know, 10 years from now. I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to do whatever I can to give them the best situation possible. Because I grew up in some hell. And although me and my husband are not like the people I grew up with, I want to do what I can for this baby. And I want to do what I can for myself and my husband. It's not just about this child that I have no idea who they are. But it's just for everything. It's just, I'm glad I got motivation back, because I've been, you know, slacking in weight loss. I've been slacking in my business. I've been slacking in so many areas because, like I said, I went through for about, I was about to say a month. Yeah, maybe a month. Like, it might not have been visible on social media, but I was going through a really rough patch like this last month. And this, or, you know, from last week, and starting Monday, I just decided things were going to be different. Now, again, like I said, I cried today just because I got the news, you know. I'm, like I said, super excited for my family. The 3 people, all pregnant, and all due within like 2 months of each other. It's crazy, but actually, no, 4 people. If you include my best friend, she's due in February, so it's rough, but you know, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I know coming out of infertility and coming out of a weight loss journey and just all the things I'm going through, and sharing that on YouTube and sharing that with my followers, and even if you're not a subscriber, which subscribe to the channel, even if you're not, if I can relate to somebody in some kind of way, or maybe if I can be some type of motivation for somebody, that's why I do this. Not just to get my emotions out. It does help. I'm telling you, if you want to make a YouTube channel and you're vulnerable enough, do it. But I'm just hoping I can touch people, sharing what I'm going through and sharing how it feels and saying the things that I feel like a lot of people are scared to. Like I said, I feel guilty talking about how I cry when people tell me they're pregnant. But it's okay. Like, it's okay to feel that way. I think it's fine. But just not letting it become an overruling emotion every single day of my life, you know? So, I don't know. That's it for this babble session. That's my motivation. That's probably what I'm going to title this video, is like my biggest motivation. Like I said, if you, well, I didn't say this actually, but if you enjoy this video, if you relate to me, if you would like to stay tuned for my weight loss journey and see where my infertility journey goes, you know, and keep up with me and my family, you know, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can hit the bell notification next to it to always get notified for future videos. You know, FYI, I am like this all the time, all over the place, and speak my emotions, but I think that's why people like me, honestly, is because I'm just who I am, and I don't feel like I really filter myself for many people. So, you know, all my social media will be linked down below. I would love to connect with you guys on Facebook. I don't really get on Instagram much, but you can follow me on there, and feel free to email me or Facebook message me or whatever you want to do, and tell me your story if you relate somehow, because I love talking with people that have been through the same things as me, so we can build each other up and, you know, keep each other updated with our journeys together. It's much more fun that way. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting me and listening to me babble on and on and on. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.